Facebook Stocks Explained. Hello, and welcome to our channel Pursuit of Wealth. This channel is your ultimate destination for learning about finance and wealth, investing and crypto, informational and educational trends in finance management. If you are someone who wishes to become wealthy and looking for smart money management options, then we are fortunate to have found each other. Being one of the biggest tech companies in the world, Facebook has had its share of ups and downs in the last few years or so. A company as big as this won't just impact the company alone. Its stock prices are going to fluctuate as well. Facebook's initial public offering, or IPO, in May 2012 has helped it remain a big hitter in the social media world while also being a firm known by people in the public eye. The first important thing you need to know is that Facebook stock is known as Meta. Several retail and institutional investors invest in Meta, and they say that its shares have managed to rise quite well years after its IPO. But due to matters revolving around Facebook's privacy, shareholders still have their concerns in place. Even after these inconveniences, Meta's shares have managed to rise, reaching an all-time high in August 2021. The journey to Meta stock. The journey from Facebook to Meta hasn't been a smooth one. Zuckerberg created the social media platform as a means for Ivy League students to connect. That too from his dorm room in 2004. 3 years later, the company was standing at a valuation of $15 billion, and by the time it went public in 2012, it was worth a massive $104 billion. Facebook had had more than 1 billion active users by 2012, and this helped Facebook acquire Instagram and then later Messenger and WhatsApp. Zuckerberg opted for the strategy that if you can't beat them, buy them instead. The pandemic also saw Facebook as the undisputed king in the social media circle, where Facebook was one of the most used apps during this time. In Apple's quarterly filing in October 2021, the company's revenue climbed 35% year over year to go higher than $29 billion, whereas the net income grew by a substantial 7% to nearly $9.2 billion. What's coming next is going to pump the stocks of Facebook even higher. The Facebook Reality Labs is Facebook's augmented and virtual reality hardware and software content that will take Facebook users to a whole new world. Analyzing Facebook shares. Even though Facebook shares have gone through a rough patch, the long-term goal for the company's future looks bright. This depends majorly on how the stock of a company is analyzed. New investors investing in Facebook stocks need a better idea of these stocks and what to look at when they invest in Facebook stocks. Putting your hands in the stock market bag can be pretty testing, but remember that every investor was once a beginner. Before spending money on any stock, investors should perform a complete background check to make sure that the company and the stock itself have the potential to be beneficial in the longer run. The two basic types of analysis are fundamental and technical analysis. For fundamental analysis, the investor evaluates the value of the stock by considering the overall economy and current conditions along with the finances and management of the company. Company matters are looked into this kind of analysis, which helps the investor decide whether Facebook is worth investing in the long term. Technical analysis states statistics that include the stock's previous prices and its volume, and rather than looking at a company's intrinsic value, it focuses on trends and patterns in the current position of the stock and will predict future price movements. Both kinds of analysis are essential to help investors invest in a company as big as Facebook. To make a stronger case to invest in Facebook stocks, the investor needs to opt for more intelligent analysis methods, such as ad revenue growth, mobile growth, usage trends, risks to operations, and guidance. After the investors decide to buy the stock, they need to determine the price at which they will buy the stock. This is where fundamental analysis methods come in to help the buyer decide whether the stock is at its most attractive price or whether they should wait for the price to come down before they buy the stock. Several metrics can be used for fundamental analysis, such as the price-to-earnings ratio or P/E ratio. When Facebook stocks and their current P/E ratio are compared with the historical P/E ratio from the past, that can help decide which price route the stocks will take. One more way to determine if the stock price is at a good entry point is to look at the historical stock chart trends. Technical analysis assists in looking at price and volume aspects to know if the stock is at the right level to enter the stock market. Moving on to buy it. If the investor decides to buy the stock, then the next step is to calculate how many shares will be bought. You can calculate it using a share calculator, which is present everywhere on the internet. The current price of a Meta share has fallen to $331.70 compared to 2 months ago when it was $340.30. Having this price as the price of a single share puts the market cap of Facebook at around $944.3 billion. For instance, if you plan to buy $10,000 worth of Meta shares, then you can buy precisely 29.4 shares of it. Pros of Meta stock. The most important part of the Meta stock is its cons because if you're an investor, you'll hope that your investment will grow in the coming time. And right now, Meta is in a great position to succeed because countless opportunities present themselves for Meta. Virtual reality. The AR and VR space is going to take Meta even higher. With almost 3 billion users on it, it is the biggest social media company globally at a shoulder's length. In the artificial and virtual reality business, the Oculus headsets will revolutionize technology for us. With the Metaverse being integrated into these headsets, we can only hope and see what is in store for us. The community that has been built by connecting the servers of Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp will serve as the core branches of Metaverse. This might not have been the plan when Facebook ended up acquiring these companies, but you can say that they've managed to come full circle. Meta's spending. Meta's investment in their Metaverse project is staggering. They are pumping amounts in millions, and they already have 37% of the world's population on their website every month. So, when these people transition into the Metaverse, that will indirectly have a profound effect on how the stocks perform. At first, it will be seen as a massive switch that will swing the stocks higher. If people adopt it quickly enough, it will be a victory for Zuckerberg & Co. The CEO of Bright Ray Publishing, Scott Terman, says Zuckerberg has a huge head start in every single way imaginable. If that doesn't make you excited, then nothing will. Metaverse is the future. The most innovative people in the world are backing Metaverse to make moves in the near future. It is predicted that it is the future of how interactions will occur on the internet. A major company shift is being seen, and the people adopting the newest technology are getting the right exposure. With the future of Meta development on it being introduced right now, who's to say how well its stocks and assets can go in the future? The ceiling is endless for Meta's expansion. Meta's dependence. One thing that will help Meta grow is not relying on its online ad revenues anymore. Although the Metaverse will take time to form, it is something that will help it massively. The Metaverse is expected to be where people can interact, buy, sell, and carry out negotiations like they would in person. But that's only just scratching the surface. The potential the Metaverse has is going to be unmatched. It will serve as the undisputed land on the internet where absolutely anyone and everyone gets to come aboard. How will this affect Meta's stocks? They are bound to go higher. When more traffic goes about, the shares will become even higher. It's not rocket science now. Cons of Meta stock. Having substantial pros doesn't mean Meta is all good and glorious. There have been some recent incidents that have made Facebook's stock take a slump. Apple devices. Apple devices and their recent operating system tweaks have allowed users to opt out of having their internet activity tracked, which has hurt Facebook's advertising schematics a good deal. If it weren't for Apple's changes that it introduced to iOS 14, then Facebook would have shown a positive quarter-over-quarter revenue growth. Instead, Facebook's revenue came in at $67 million in the prior quarter, and this issue could continue to be a hindrance in Meta stock's growth. Competition from iMessage. Apple's interface isn't the only thing that has managed to peg Facebook back. Apple's messaging platform iMessage has also become quite popular in the messaging circle, as it has managed to become a serious competitor to Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp. Zuckerberg has admitted to this, and he says that they will need to introduce bigger innovations in their apps if they are to remain at the top of the chain. Competition from TikTok. A surprising inclusion in the category of competition, TikTok has already been hot on Meta's heels, as Zuckerberg has also admitted that the video sharing app has been their most effective competitor to date. With the app growing in users and creators every day, it will seriously grow in the coming time, and Facebook will need a way to keep TikTok behind it. All this competition will take a hit on Facebook stocks as well, so let us see how Zuckerberg will deal with that. The final question that comes on our table is that should you be looking to buy Meta stock? If you're an investor looking for growth, then it's certainly a no-brainer. Meta is earning a hefty amount of money, which translates to making money. For now, Meta's future growth lies in the concept that virtual reality will be a massive platform for us in the future in terms of work, entertainment, and social interactions. If you think you can be patient in the entire process, then Meta is a concept you can look towards. As long as you don't have unrealistic expectations on growth, then Meta could be a good stock to invest your money in. So, that's pretty much it for the video. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and press the bell icon for more amazing content about wealth management and finance-related videos. Success is coming your way. Keep your doors open. See ya till the next time.